shit. What's up? What's up? What's up? Channel Pride here. Daggone, that tea is hot. Check out what we listening to. Necrophagia. Ready for death. This album came out in 1986. It's the same year as Sacrifice, Tormented Fire. 1986 was a badass year. I think we also got Raining Blood from Slayer. A lot of cool shit came out in 1986. I'm gonna do like a video. The coolest shit from 1986. How many viewers were alive in 1986? Comment down below if you were alive in 86. I was a child in 86. And I mean an elementary school child. I didn't know anything about this crap. Look at that cover. Look at that. Look at that cover right there. Look, he's got that monkey head right there. They're killing that monkey with like knives and shanks. That's from Faces of Death. If y'all never saw the original Faces of Death pseudo documentary, some of that was fake. In fact, a lot of that was fake. I think there was like one or two things that were actually real in it, but a lot of it was fake. That was that scene where they had that chilled monkey brains, where they bashed that monkey's skull in and then ate it. It's the most repulsive scene ever. It's so disgusting. Yeah, that shit. I saw that. My dad got that damn thing. No, it was a trailer for another f***ed up horror movie. I Spit on Your Grave or something. So yeah, I saw that way too soon. And there was a trailer for Faces of Death, and it had that scene with the monkey and his brains bashed in. And the Russian sailors clubbing baby seals. Yeah, I jumped into that vegan hardcore shit at some point in my life just because I saw like all that messed up shit as a kid. Are straight edgers a thing anymore? I feel like they are, but I just don't feel like they're like what they used to be. Straight edge kids were like fucking nuts back in the day. Anybody ever come across like militant straight edgers? Or just like really serious straight edgers? Anybody ever come across those? Yeah, comment down below. Let us know. I'll beat you up. Yeah. Just want to say one thing. My wife is the coolest person ever. The coolest wife ever. Night Lord's Omnibus. She found this. And was like, oh yeah, you wanted this, didn't you? And I was like, yeah, I did. She's like, I thought you had it. And I was like, no. I sent you to go get it. And they had sold out. And then they had it again. So thank you, local gaming store, friendly local gaming store, for having that back in stock for me. Oh, yeah. I've already started reading it. But I am only like a couple pages in. Just to kind of get a feel of it. It's written that Aaron Dembski Bowden guy. Yeah, he's a weird-ass lefty. But dude knows how to write for villains. He knows how to make villains look amazing. If you know Aaron Dembski Bowden's work, comment, let us know. If you don't, it's 40K. You might not appreciate it. But if you do want to read some decent 40K stuff, catch that author right there. He knows how to make the bad guy look like the coolest dude in the room. Doesn't know how to write a hero, but he can write a terrible character, like a bad guy character. And, you know, being a metalhead, you know, kind of appreciate the bad guys. Heard an argument the Imperium is not the good guys. It's like, no, there's no good guys in 40K. It's whose war crimes do you prefer? Yep, that's life in the 41st millennium. And that was the cat. We got some comments. Oh, brilliant comment. How the hell am I like some dude who's been doing metal for 30 years? I didn't know this shit. But anyways, TCL 2006. Good Lord, was that dude born in 2006? That would make this comment even more shocking. He's like, he doesn't like metal. That's mainly his comment. But he's like, oh, I start to get it watching my videos and a few other things. Metal's more of a theme than a genre. And it says my gardening is a testament to that. And then he says, speaking of testament, they got some of my favorite metal ballads. Yeah. Okay, TCL, we gotta fix your musical taste there a bit. But other than that, saying metal as a theme rather than a genre. Yeah, I guess some of us have taken metal as the theme of it, like the punk rock, you know, anarchist, DIY, on top of the nonconformist, you know, throw your weight around kind of genre. Yeah, metal as a theme. I never thought of telling somebody, like, what are you into? Metal. You know, it's like, I don't like it because it's loud and aggressive or whatever. It's like, yeah. Just tell them it's a theme. It seems to make sense after that. Necrophagia, yeah. This shit's trippy, dude. 1986. Think about that. Think about the craziness you're hearing in that album. In 1986. Some of y'all wasn't even alive. I don't think TCL 2006 was alive in 1986 when that came out. Man, metal's like older than some people. A lot of people. Alright, we got a big comment here. But it's a good one. I wouldn't waste your time. Trash Fire Blog. Guess he's talking about that one video. Trash Fire Blog 5147. I hate being around normal people. I also hate being around crazy people. Just don't like people. Normal people are predictable in their own way, and so are crazy people. I've deduced, good word, I've deduced that I'm simply too intelligent for my own good. Yeah. Hey, at least you know that. Some people are too smart for their own good and they don't know it. And I'm still very stupid at the same time. Too intelligent for my own good and still very stupid at the same time. It's very humbling. You have a humbling approach to that. That's very good. You need that. That's going to come up more later in this comment. At least with crazies, they aren't nearly as judgmental as normies. I'm stuck in a place where I cannot relate with crazy people because it is impossible to reason with them effectively. And where I cannot relate with normies because they do not take the same interest in the many of the things that I am interested in. So you probably have an eclectic taste, you know, that just isn't suited for your Netflix football watchers. Trashfire Blog goes on, I have found that crazy is sometimes a cover for narcissistic behavior as well. I have very conventional beliefs which clash with crazy people. Oh, conventional, yeah. Traditional, maybe another word you could use. I also have very nuanced beliefs that clash with normies. You have a refined outlook, Trashfire. That's what you're telling me. You have a refined outlook on things. You've thought about a lot of things a lot. And you've noticed that there is a lot to unpack in damn near everything. Yeah. The only type of person I can really relate with significantly are the normies, which wear masks, but are aware of the fact that they're wearing masks, and who aren't judgmental over your crazy beliefs, and that you can reason with them. In other words, a normie who isn't an NPC, aka a conformist, a midwit, someone who uses emotional reasoning, or a narcissist. Well, I like the fact that you clarified that for us. I got what you were saying. But yeah, that's really cool. The only type of person I can really relate to is significantly the normies who wear masks but are aware of the fact they wear masks. Yeah, I've mentioned before. I have those types of friends. I have they like me because I am what I am and I do what I do and I don't judge them. I don't try to change them. They're like, oh, there's you doing your thing. That's awesome. I can't do that. You know, that's cool. At least you're not judging me and you're not crazy or something. Some movies around. What else we got? Trash Fire is going to continue here. Above all, in terms of feeling safe to be around, it's pseudonormies over crazies, over midwits, over NPCs, over the narcissist, psychopath, sociopath, and their crazy counterparts. Pseudonormies. If you had to spend a time in an establishment or in a line with somebody, you just hope it's the pseudo-normie, the person that's heard about all the crazy shit, knows about the crazy shit, but doesn't want anything to do with it, but doesn't judge you for being the person that does that. But, oh, you're one of those crazy people. That's awesome. I can't do that, but rock on. Those are the kind of people we like. I can't join you, but I'm not against you. In fact, most of those pseudo-normies, those are the fence pole sitters, but they're kind of like the good version of the fence pole sitter, because they're secretly rooting for us. They just know what happens to them when they step out of line and they're not really ready to take on that punishment, if you want to say it like that. Not really ready to deal with the bullshit. Okay, then he finishes up here. Trash Fire Log, I said he, I don't know. I've been harmed too many times by placing my trust in crazies who turn out to be narcissists. Yeah, I think we've all, tried to trust people that only have their best interest in mind. Yeah. Like I said, there's people out there in the scene that will rat on you. Any scene you're in. People will rat on you in a second. Yeah, man, if the cops ever showed up, man, they start sweating your friend would roll on you so hard. That's the thing you have to, if you're doing the criminal lifestyle, man, that's something you got to be aware of. Knowing which person has the ability and the want to rat. Because a lot of dudes are harder core than thou until they get a fucking drug charge and some detective sweating them in an interrogation room like, hey, work with us and we'll make your charges go away. Just point the finger at somebody. And those cops are such crooked pieces of shit that they don't care that the person's pointing at somebody. Oh, that guy over there. The cops don't even care that guy may or may not have anything to do with it. You know, they're just like, oh, okay, cool, another one to look at. And they'll grab that person and sweat him. 1986. Keep that in mind, y'all. 1986. So yeah, man, those cops will just, they don't care. Anything that increases their budget, their overtime for their detectives, that's all they care about. So they'll play like this wild goose chase with bad guys. You know, they're wasting money, wasting resources, accosting people, sweating people, you know, all like Fourth Amendment illegal search and seizure and stuff like that, you know. Like, they love stepping all over that right. And then when they finally do decide to, like, okay, we need to, like, produce results here, you know, they end up getting the smallish fish they can. Like, they don't want the big fish. One, the big fish will go out there still committing crimes, and the cops can still hunt them and track, oh, we're going after that big guy. Hell no. They're going to let that guy stay around. Because he'll create a bunch of smaller fish that the cops can feed on. Happens all the fucking time. I heard about a case where they busted this big fish. And they caught him with, like, crazy-ass weapons. Like, actual military weapons. Now, they were old military weapons, but they were still military weapons. And then it turns out they dropped his case. They were like, oh, we don't have enough to pursue this on him. Because where we found the thing and where he wasn't actually considered to be in possession of. Legal jockeying there. And it was like, so the guy walked on that. It was like, the dude had a freaking grenade launcher. 40mm grenade launcher. I was like, what in the fuck? Well, he walked because he technically wasn't in possession of it, which is good for him. But at the same time, That's a big fish. The cops decided, nah, let him go. If he can show up with that kind of gear, we can bust him again, take the ill-gotten gains, and then just wait for him to do it again. And the whole time, they can go run up to the city council or do a public fundraiser or awareness thing and be like, look at all the bad people. Oh no, we're so outmanned and outgunned, and it's so scary out there. Can we have more money? And they don't get better cops. They get more cops that are just worse at their job. They just literally start hiring anybody at that point, and more guns on the street. I found out from very reliable sources, cops, that the standards for cops haven't dropped. Which I was kind of shocked to hear that, but not too shocked. So the standards haven't dropped. The reason why? They're all terrified of the job. The job actually scares them. They know that they're carrying a gun into an altercation that could get heated at any moment, and somebody's going to go for a gun because everybody around here's got a goddamn gun. So they're scared. They don't want to get shot. Well, yeah, carry a gun around. You're just telling people, like, hey, I have this, and you want to fucking shoot it out? Of course, you can get killed being unarmed, too, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, good to know that the cops are shitting their pants, basically. Well, who are they getting? Like, what I found out is, like, all the cops, like, on the force, like, most of the cops on the forces across the country, right now, most of them have less than 10 years experience. And those guys that have the 10 years experience, they're actually quitting after 10 years because they can get a pension. It's not a full pension, but it's something. So they'll ride that job out to 10 years, pray they make it to 10 years, and they get that half pension, and then they'll fucking bail and shit like that. So, and any cop that's made it past 10 years is jaded as fuck and knows better than to get involved. Well, that's not a very good cop now, is it? And they're supposed to guide the young ones, and they're like, here's how you don't get killed. What do? Stop bothering people. It's real weird. Just take the calls. Like, hey, we got a thing, come check it out, you know? Go to the calls where, you know, you've been summoned. That's all I'm asking for. If cops just go to the things where they've been summoned, there's a legal question on the field. Absolutely, call a cop. Be like, hey man, what's the law on this? Nothing wrong with that. Just when cops go sticking their faces where it don't belong, you know, other people's property. Hide behind that public safety bullshit line. Well, anyways, thank you, Trashfire. Trashfire blog. And then we got a cheers comment. These are always nice. This is what makes the job worth it. This is a job? It's not a job. It could be. Nobody wants to pay me for this, and I don't blame them. But Hallucination 6669 6669. What's up, Hallucination? Hallucination been in the comments before. Said, what's up? Says, hell yeah, dude. Sick of the government taking our money we work for. Yeah. If we weren't taxed so much, imagine how much more we would have. You're doing some killer vids, man. Thank you, Hallucination. I appreciate that. It's the little things like that that literally make all this worth it. You know, like somebody like at a concert going, what's up, Cattle Prod? You know, and then you guys going, hell yeah, man. Fuck taxation. Taxation is theft. Comment down below if you agree. Comment down below, taxation is theft. And for you, those of you who don't think taxation is theft, just put it in your head for a minute. Let's play pretend. Let's play pretend and just agree with us and say taxation is theft. What does that make a cop? Makes him a revenue agent. Not a policing agency. He's not there for law and order. He's there to generate income. And that's what cops do. It's a fact what cops do. They generate income. Yeah, they talk about that public safety line, and we're stopping drug dealers, but I just showed you how many of them, like they let major bad guys continue because they can pick on the smaller guys that they're trailing in their wake. And all that is to get more money from you. Cops, man, the fucking whole system is a scam, dude. We need to talk about law as a scam later on. I'm gonna do it this when it gets too big. But thank you, Hallucination, and all y'all ANCAP, or at least sympathizers out there. We do appreciate it. Hey, man, if we get rid of everything, I'm not going to rob you and tell you it's for the roads. Without the taxation, you wouldn't have a road. Yeah. At least I won't do that. Your Appalachian warlord will not do that to you. Just saying. Well, I'm Cattlebrock, Appalachian warlord. That's Necrophagian. From 1986, the year 1986. Ready for death. Remember, it's not voluntary, it's tyranny. Taxation is theft. Later, y'all.